Welcome to week 2. This week we look at the first of our analytical steps, business strategy analysis. This involves addressing a few basic questions. How does the business we are looking at make money? And what are the prospects of it making money into the future? To help answer these questions, we consider both the conditions of the industry that a firm is in and the competitive positioning of the firm within the industry. We consider the industry conditions as this will help frame our expectations for growth and profitability for firms in that industry. In other words, industry conditions will play a part in determining both current and future firm performance. This gets reflected in our forecasts of future financial performance. You could undertake a whole course in analysing business strategy. So what we will be covering in a week will only be scratching the surface of what we could do. We will show you a number of different tools that you can use to think about industry conditions. We'll have a look at value chain analysis, Porter's 5 forces, and the economics attributes framework. These are not the only tools available to use in your analysis, but they are commonly used tools that you may encounter if you work as an analyst or a consultant. You'll need to decide which tools best help you describe your business when you are completing the major project. One thing that we want you to start thinking about now is the notion of what is an industry and how well does a particular firm fit into a particular industry classification. There are a number of industry classification schemes out there, but by the end of the term, you should have an appreciation of the benefits of industry classification as well as some of the pitfalls. You'll find that determining the precise industry can be hard. We will look at a few basic ways that firms are classified into industries, and we will consider the trade-offs that we make when determining whether to use a broad versus a narrow industry classification. We'll then look at the analysis of a firm's competitive strategy. That is, how does your firm sit within an industry? Much of competitive strategy analysis ends up focusing on whether a firm is using cost leadership or product differentiation. Finally, we'll look at SWOT analysis. As I said, this is just a sampling of the available tools out there for you to describe the industry your firm operates in and the positioning within the industry that your firm takes. They're not the only ones you could use in your analysis. Finally, we will apply these tools to an analysis of the retailing industry and in particular to Kathmandu as our example firm. Remember that we will keep adding to the Kathmandu materials in a specific section on the course Moodle page. Recall that our business strategy analysis is designed to answer the basic questions. How does our business make money? And what is the future prospects of it doing so? A particular focus, as I said, is on growth and profitability. In other words, what are the underlying economics of the business? We want you to understand this because by knowing the nature of the business and its likely levels of performance, we'll be in a much better informed position about what we expect to see in the financial statements, and therefore our accounting analysis will be improved. It has a big impact on our valuation. Here's a neat Twitter thread that shows you this. We'll come back to this in our equity analysis class. So, our strategy analysis will help us anticipate whether we expect to see things like high or low revenue growth, high or low levels of capital expenditure, high or low levels of debt. Our accounting analysis next week will focus on the extent to which the financial statements do a good or bad job of reflecting the underlying economics of the business. Make sure you have a look through the lecture notes and additional readings for this week, and let us know what aspects of this week's materials you would like us to focus on during your scheduled seminar time. We're looking forward to seeing you in class.